What is going on, Lunatic Fringe? I talk a lot. Today, I'm going to talk a lot less. I'm going to show you a lot more. Hit the like button on your way in. All right, first of all, let's talk about what's going on right here. Let's dig in a little bit better here. This is Happy Caddy Crypto and Luna Classic Lover 69 having a spat, if you will. What they think is the path forward. And SubDAO Signer is unhappy, doesn't want attention, doesn't support centralized SubDAOs, bad actors responsible for hacks, rug pulls, Roombas, 250K payouts to Hexagon and more. All I see is deflection and gaslighting. Giving an opinion isn't narcissistic, it's gaslight. So anyway, the summary of it is I get tagged in this, and why were you so desperate to partner up then? Is this why you deleted the whole Telegram history? Heard you did the same with Believes Crypto like a teenage girl. That is 100% true, and that is exactly what happened. Let me tell you exactly what happened with Happy Caddy Crypto. He reached out to me, told me that he and I would never be able to work together because I don't say only good things about him, and when he does things that are wrong, I call him out on things that are wrong. Then after telling me that, he then proceeded to delete the entire chat. So I can vouch for this one. This one did happen. As a matter of fact, some of you said, well, yeah, what about it though? What about you? Well, he's building on the network. What are you doing? TerraPump.fun, baby. So you tell me, what am I doing? And as a matter of fact, just because I wasn't telling you about it beforehand doesn't mean I wasn't working on it beforehand. So, yeah, what else? So anyway, back to it. Not sure how this is going to end. There are a lot of bad actors in this ecosystem, and in general, mostly, I agree with Happy Caddy when he points out people like Bilbo and Rabbi. Those were bad actors in this space, or at least in my opinion, those were bad actors. They weren't working for what's best for the community. However, I don't know that Happy Caddy is too. What I know is that he, much like a lot of other people, they're gatekeepers. They're they've got a philosophy, and their philosophy is one way and maybe not the other way, or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not saying there's anything bad to do with Happy Caddy Crypto. I don't have a reason to dislike him or even like him one way or another. What I'm saying is he's not my cup of tea. But there's a lot of people that do like him and that agree with everything that he says. So we're supposed to be able to be mature enough, grown-up individuals enough, that even if he and I fundamentally disagree on something, we should still be able to work together because we want what's best for the ecosystem, right? And only a real baby would say, well, no, we can't do that because I don't like you. Na boo boo, stick your head in doo-doo. So listen, I'm willing to work with any and everybody in this ecosystem to make this a better place. But I can't do that alone. So who's the bad guy? You tell me. Anyway, let's move on. Trollbits, not burning as much as they were yesterday, but still burning. TerraPump.fun. There's a lot of cryptos that are out here right now with pretty big. I mean, look, there's an opportunity here for just a real potential pump. Now we're sitting at 3.47 cents. I think it is my opinion. I looked at one of these things, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to be very, very careful. I don't want you to be used as exit liquidity. Now, at some point, I've already, I think I told you guys before, I've already pulled my initial investment out. So, and some people have taken a pretty good profit margin on it. But I mean, when you start to go through here and you start to look, there's JMC, J Money Crypto. And when I saw this, contract was created. Here's the thing. Contract, when you look at them, it says contract creator is 6CM6, right? Now, when you come into this and you see the trades, right? 6CM6, and then they put $51 into it, and then what do? They then bought more. Somebody else bought some, then they bought more. They bought more. They're pumping their own bag is basically what I'm saying. And then then that other person bought more. And then you can see that person sold and actually made a profit or took their original out. I'm not sure what their goal was there, but then they made another buy. Then we had, again, they bought their own crypto again. Then we had somebody else buy some. Then we had some people starting to sell off. But then as you scroll through here, what you will see is that 6CM6 just continues to buy and sell on his own chart. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So I don't know what the goal is there. To me, that seems like you're trying to trap somebody in. And by the way, it's no offense to him. I mean, everybody's got their own trading style, but I'm not going to do that. All right. I hope that we get a nice little run. I hope we do something with it. But in the end, here's what I care about. There are two, Blame and Rakoff, that have unbonded and that have broken out, right? Neither one of them gave me any tokens, by the way. And by the way, don't forget, this is important. Happy Katie Crypto asked Luna Lover 69 for some supply in order to work together. I've never asked for supply from you. At best, you can say here, like one of my things here is I want $25 from a crypto if I'm going to cover you and I'm going to talk about you in any way in one of these contexts. So I got $25 worth from Garuda X. I got $25 worth from Nhera. I got $25 worth from Food, from Juris, from Terra. Now, I bought my own Terra. You guys actually know that. But other than that, Fun, same thing. I get $25 worth from each and every one. Now, why? Because I'm here for success and I want to see, just a small amount. I don't need to sell off on you to pay the bills. So I'm not looking for a giant amount of supply in order to talk about you. You know what I'm saying? But I do want, I think it's important that people see this helps me and this helps me explain progress. So if there's progress in the price, then I can give you an explanation. I have $25 worth of each one of these, and now I can explain to you, whether it's pumping or not, and it's easily readable. That's why we always talk about it. As far as the Luna Classic price, you can see right here we're doing exactly what I said we were going to do as we're doing it. Now, the market is selling off a little bit. That's not because of anything negative, by the way. Now, it is negative in China, of course, because we're still dealing with a tariff war between the United States and China, but everybody else, there are still tariffs, by the way, but there's been a reprieve on some of the bigger tariffs and stuff like that for 90 days, which is why the market's exploded just recently. So, and by the way, there's a sell-off in futures overnight. We were down about 600 points in the Dow Jones when it comes live, which actually it's live right now. It's down 600 points. Never mind. I didn't know it was active at this point, but yeah, it was going to be down about 600 points. So it is right now. Now, I don't know if that maintains. Here's what I know. The Dow went up 3,000 points yesterday, a massive recovery. So the fact that it's down today, if you look at that right there, I mean, you can see that's 1, 2, 3, 4 days worth. And by the way, the next move here, it's gonna, I think today or tomorrow is going to be another big day, and the reason that I think that's going to be the case is because of this right here, and that's a CME futures gap. And I would reckon that since the goal here is to sweep out those, I would think that that's probably going to happen. But when you pump 3,000, there's going to be some profit taking. So use your Fibonacci's, figure out for yourself where you think it's going to go. But when you look at it from a fib retracement standpoint, you got this right here all the way down to this right here. Look at this. We're actually perfectly playing out in where we should be. Now, there could be a breakdown back into this range, coming back down to 38 before we, kind of break the other way. So I'm looking for some correction, but I think this market really wants to soar, and I think crypto wants to soar as well. So I feel like we're about to hit kind of an inflection point over the next couple of days. And sideways action up into this range, and then a breakout above. How far do we go? I mean, look, we get to 3 trillion right there, then I think that the recovery would be full steam ahead. Now, the other part to it is, and this is very specific, 5 days ago, we were at 2.7 trillion in market cap. So with a $200 billion recovery yesterday, we're only at 2.54. So we have to recognize we have a long way to go before we get there. We're going to need $500 billion to come back into this market to get to 3 trillion. So I'm going to be watching for that to happen. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. Donald Trump called American investors yippee yesterday. that they're, basically what he said is what I say. The American investment is basically a bunch of babies right now that are scalping you, and basically they're just drawing blood from you because they're disgusting. That's the best way I can say it right now. They're disgusting. Okay, what they're trying to do is they're trying to steal from you, basically, and outtrade you. They're going to use AI. They're going to use whatever they can use to steal from you. I mean, that's really what we're talking about right now. We should probably at least call a spade a spade. So hopefully it's going to be. Hopefully we're going to get a breakout. That's all I'm going to say. As far as Luna Classic goes, we've had that little bit of recovery. We're doing exactly what I said we were going to do, which is, we're going to hit that bottom and then we're going to start booming from there. And it's going to take a few days. If I just drew it out, and I drew it kind of the way it was the last time, so I just kind of drew it out. So that tells me somewhere in June, and that's going to be the start, or that's going to be leading us into the third quarter. So this is the time right now where the markets are going to kind of reset themselves. CPI data, we got a whole bunch of different stuff that's coming out, and we'll see, how everything looks. And CPI apparently looks really, really good so far. So maybe, just maybe, we're going to see a recovery over the next couple of days. And with that, we got the burns at 391 million. Not good enough. It's not gonna. That doesn't help us a lot. We need 2 billion every week, and we'll be fine. The phased approach to on-chain liquidity for USDC looks like it's going to pass. It's meeting the threshold right now. We've got no with veto though, and that's Happy Caddy Crypto. The only no right now, the only person that's working against the blockchain, the only thing that's working against the blockchain right now, Happy Caddy Crypto. So, and by the way, he's gonna probably come out with a video today, and he's gonna say things like, "Crikey, mate, I got my chips and fish," and whatever the fuck he says, and he's gonna talk about how everybody but him is wrong. And that this proposal is going to, and he's just going to bring some wild shit up and tell you why it's going to be centralized if you allow USDC to be in this ecosystem. It's going to be some nonsense, basically, is what I'm saying. So there you have it. There's your guy. Now, if you're still validating and you're still staking with him and you want progress in this blockchain, then that's on you, boo-boo. Because, I mean, look, the details are in front of you. You really have to. And by the way, going into this, I did not know that Happy Caddy Crypto was the only no with veto for this. That was just a gift. But here's the thing. Again, I can work with anybody. I don't have a problem with anybody in this blockchain. When they do stupid stuff, I don't mind saying it. Is that bad? Is that bad? Now, if you like him and you can't tell me and illustrate in the comment section why, then I don't understand. Anyway, that's my time. I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a good day. It's not financial advice. I'm always right.